Chicago-based, Chicago-style podcast. We like to call it a show. It's more of a show than a podcast because the podcast is too much gossip and whole, a lot of other stuff that we don't do. We just talk the facts. And tonight we're talking about the double standard, the comedian double standard. Yeah, it's a deep one right here, Jack. A lot of stuff been going on. I'm sure you are aware. You watching the news, but they keep you focused on the silly stuff. And I'm gonna expose the silly stuff just to let you know the whole distraction and how they throw you off. So, all right, let's start it right here because this is the part nobody wants to admit. They don't want to talk about. There's a comedian double standard in this country. There's a punchline hierarchy. And I love comedy. Uh, I trust me, I'm a low key comedian myself. Many people know me. I tried the comedy shit and definitely go do it again real soon. Shout out to Don Ski. But yeah, you got late night hosts like Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, Saturday Night Live. They spend like 365 days a year taking shots, monologues, skits, cold opens, award shows. As you all well know, every monologue has to have an opening Trump skit if you got a talk show or anything. If you're doing a live stand up, if you're doing a big stand up, should I say, or any type of big appearance on any show, it's got to be started off with Trump in disrespect to uh, just disrespect family members, everybody, anybody who's associated with Trump, is a victim, is a target. So you got monologues, skits, SNL all day, cold opens. First thing they do, the Trump skit, they take shots all year long. Nobody flinches. But the second the same energy come back, everybody's shot. It's not a problem, but it is a problem. Because why? That shit is dangerous. It's dangerous, man. Because when a comedian does it, it's called art. Or he's an artist. When an artist do it, a musician, a singer, rapper, it's art. But when a politician, and I ain't just talking about Trump, any politician do the same thing, especially Trump, now it's a crisis. And I ain't really defending Trump like that. I just like to play with, I would like to think, devil's advocate, but I'm gonna call it more like God's son, because I like to tell the truth. The truth go be told, if you like it or not. And like I say, politicians, they shoot back, and it's a crisis, but they use the same tool, the same satire, same exaggeration, but it's a different reaction. It's a whole 360 or 180, whatever you want to call it, different reaction. That's called selective outrage, folks. That's it. You can get emotional. You can be whatever you want to say it is. Call me whatever. but I'm telling the truth, and especially men, y'all know it. It's 50 Cent. When he shoot back, 50 Cent gonna let you know how he feel. He gonna shoot back, right or wrong. It's selective outrage, folks. Like I say, and let's be honest, a lot of modern comedians ain't even funny no more. Like comedy ain't even comedy no more. The best comedy used to be back in the days when people was free to say what they wanted to say. Like this generation, they can't watch All in the Family, the Jeffersons, uh, Threes in a Company, doing this shit. Like I say, comedy. It was telling the temperature of the world, what was going down at that time. It's like it's not humor. It's about applause, the applause line. Safe political posturing. Don't have to earn. That's the whack factor. That's exactly what that is. So the emotional distraction versus the real issues, because this is where the game really shows. I mean, this debate, the banana in the tailpipe, the finesse, the scam. Politicians and media outlets will hyper focus on the late night post, the 11 p.m. video, a meme, a post, anything to keep you emotional. Why? Because they know they can get you. Because while you arguing about the tone, you're not arguing about or talking about the economy. You're not talking about your safety, your kids' safety, the future. You worried about a late night post. And don't get it twisted. I know that the president not up on his phone making memes at 11 something in the morning and posting that shit. That's clearly, somebody who in control of his social media. And you got to understand, no real megastar controls their social media. They got somebody who they trust to post all their info. They working. So you think that the president of the United States of America, who got plenty on his plate, got time to really post something at 11:40? I'm talking about this man at his age, even with his young wife, he got he got some other shit he can do. Don't get it twisted. He can do some other stuff than be posting at 11:40 in the morning about that. But that's a whole nother subject. You know, we ain't gonna talk about that. That's personal. But you gotta understand, because, like I say, everybody's mad at the meme. Everybody's offended by the clip, and the actual policy conversation is buried. But that ain't by accident, folks, because they like to talk about that. That's their strategy. They'll throw you off. Chicago, 120 murders this year already. It's just February. We had the Bears winning, and there's still murders going on. The Super Bowl is Sunday, and we got 120 and counting. It's Friday. The murder rate gonna go up. So check it out. As we talk about this live, It's for real because the politicians need this type of shit to distract off the real. They don't want to talk about what's going on in the hood. They rather talk about ICE and Mexico and no other foreigners, just Mexico. Home of the fentanyl, home of the illegal drugs, the traffickers, sex traffickers, drug traffickers, the whole nine. It's not an accident. Like I said, it's strategy. They'll dissect this king of the jungle metaphor frame by frame, word by word, looking for an insult. But they won't look at what's being critiqued. And it's stupid too because with this whole thing, with this Trump video, it don't matter what animal he depicted them to be. It was going to be a problem with it. And it should be. You don't depict me as nothing else, especially if you go make yourself the lion. If you're not mad about him being the lion and you being anything else but that, that's what I'm mad about. But the focus on how it made you feel instead of what he's actually saying is the strategy. So let's slow it down. We got to slow it down because this is where a lot of people got to be honest. And who really pressing sin? In today's politics, it's not the person you always see on the screen. It's the campaign staffers. It's the media teams. It's the 24/7 news cycles. Post first, ask questions later. That's how it's manufactured. Drummer with words. That's how it works. You take a bogus clip, you strip it to context, you run it non-stop, not to address the substance, but to control the narrative. That's how it works. We don't move like that over here, man. Fish and spaghetti. Fish and spaghetti is Chicago style. So we go keep it a buck. That's what we come in at. That's what we gotta slow it down. Stop reacting to emotional triggers. That's all they are. Gaslight. Emotional triggers they know that you will fall for. You're gonna bite it. Stop falling for the bait. Stop taking the bait. And start looking at the checkerboard. I'm sorry, the chessboard. Because you've been looking at the checkerboard too long. And that's what the problem is. Because everybody else is playing checkers with their feelings. In the meantime, they playing chess. If somebody else's strategy with your attention, that's the point, that's the play, and that's fish and spaghetti. So like I said, we just want to draw attention to a lot of stuff and people stay focused. We are not the second minority, we're the fourth minority. We got to focus on us, our economics, our well-being. It's Black History Month. And look at us. We all over the board, folks. We worried about everything but celebrating us. One time for everybody, man, that's tuning in. Fish and Spaghetti. YouTube, like, subscribe, share. Make sure y'all spread the word, man. Real talk. Catch us anytime. And I'm out.